Oh my God, we're live! Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. All right, so podcast number 41. Oh my God, I've actually been doing this for that long. That's insane. And I don't think I've missed a week yet. I've lost some of the podcasts. Don't know where they went. Frickin' YouTube. But nonetheless, I've done them. All right, guys. So let's talk a little fun here. Let's first start talking about the Justice League trailer. Apparently, we should get a new Justice League trailer at the latest by not this weekend because we're here, but next weekend. Now, if by next weekend, that will be New York Comic Con, and we should get a brand new, finally, the second official, real, full-length Justice League trailer, which, since the movie's coming out, like, in November, you'd figure, so good on them. But that's also worst case scenario, apparently. Best case scenario is it drops Wednesday. Now, the only issue I have with that is I've got to suddenly do a reaction video while one of my kids will be here, the other one will be at school, and it's going to be like, shh, Daddy's watching TV. Just give me a couple minutes. And try and do a live reaction, talk to you guys, and be like, oh my God. Meanwhile, he's in there. Wreck it, Ralph. Shut up. I'll wreck you. So, yeah, that's my day. That's my day during the day. Plus, Wednesday's new comic book day. So I'm trying to read and do reviews and read. And it's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. Anyway, it could drop on Wednesday. Whatevs, man. Whatevs. So, that being the case, what is this? Oh, yeah, Thursday with Blade Runner. Thursday with Blade Runner. Wednesday to Thursday. Yes, Blade Runner drops this Thursday, Wednesday night into Thursday. So they're thinking that the thought is that, Warner Brothers may decide to drop the trailer right there with Blade Runner. So if that's the case, then good. And mind you, all of this is just speculation. Oh, Dick Fillmore, what's up to you, brother? And Isaiah Quinn, another brother from another mother. That was too many others. The mothers are fine. Anyway, so what do you got there? All of this, again, none of this was released by DC. DC's like, we're going to keep it quiet. You know who I think is making those plans? You'll never know when I drop the damn trailer. And that's the proper version, not the whole, have a Jolly Rancher. Yeah, stick it in your mouth. Yeah, that moron. So anyway, I'm such a jerk. And I don't mind. So anyway, all this is just speculation in the meantime. So we'll find out. And oh yeah, I got that from Stadium Comics. Big shout out to them. Yeah, you guys can see them on YouTube. I didn't even know about these guys. I walked in, they had a big thing for Batman Day, Batman/Harley Quinn Day. It's freaking Batman Day. Watch it. And I go in there. I was like, hey, listen, this is actually a pretty cool place. Like you're in a mall, you're really small, but hey, I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you guys and advertise on my channel. Why not? Like we got a channel ourselves. I was like, oh, okay, well I'll go check it out. They got like 10,000 plus subs. I'm like, they don't need me. Like I just walked in there and I embarrassed myself. Come on, man. But they're still really cool guys. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. You want to come in and you want to talk to us about anything, you come on in, you bring in your equipment. Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, my equipment? My equipment is a computer. I'll probably bring in my phone. So, yeah, they got it a little bit better than we do. Got a cameraman and everything. They pay him. Jeez. So anyway, also coming out of that is Ezra Miller. Okay, they did a couple of spots where they would check things out. They'd be like, okay, let's check an audience reaction. And overall, the audience reaction was positive. So we know that a lot of what Zach Miller had originally contributed to the film is definitely gone. Sorry, I said it. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Thundercats. Ho. And, yeah, I'm not a big Zach Miller fan right now. Just Zach Miller. Zach Efron. Zach Wilder. Oh my God. Anyway, so Zack Snyder, I know. So yeah, apparently the audience, the test audiences have said that Ezra Miller's Flash has been the best part of the show so far, the movie so far. Okay. Cool. Maybe that says a lot about how dark the movie is. I don't know. I don't want to come down on the movie because I haven't seen it. So it is what it is. If that's the case, again, I'm still really salty about that guy for not signing that comic book for that one fan because it happened to be a Marvel comic and they're the enemy. He didn't say that. No, instead he said, if you don't understand why I can't sign that, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know what to tell us because you're an idiot. So, yeah. Isaiah, just done reading Grant Morrison 8-year run on Batman. You just read the entire 8-year run on Batman from Grant Morrison? Wow. What'd you do on Friday? Yeah, Grant Morrison, man, that cat can just take any. Oh, you know what? That explains why last week you were talking about what if Grant Morrison were to jump on a particular Marvel comic, what would it be? And I said, what if, and you were cool with it. So, aha. That's why. So you got the bug right now. You got the Grant Morrison bug, just like the beetle. You know what I'm saying? He's got the scarab on his back from Chazedaz. Grab onto you and you're like, yes, I have the power. I get it. Now I understand. Okay, so Valerie Vector, guys. Valerie Vector. No, that is not going to be my new porn name. Rather... It's the name of one of the original founding members of the Avengers, apparently. And okay, cool. Got some preps going on for my Marvel Facework game that's going to be every Monday at 8 o'clock on Nerdarchy on YouTube. So yeah, just another person confirming that they've got their character finished or mostly finished. What'd she say? She says, okay, cool. I can fix this very easily then. All right, awesome. So yeah, I'm very excited about my Marvel Facework game that I'm getting. This is going to be season 2. We're playing with 2 different people than we played last time. So we got 5 people total, and then all of them pretty famous guys. A couple guys that you'll know from YouTube, including Nerdarchy itself, and just a whole bunch of really good stuff there. So what do we have? Nice, the chat's talking to each other. I can step out of this one. So Valerie Vector apparently is one of the original founding members of the Avengers that somehow we all forgot. Interesting. So now we have to try and figure out this mystery. We have to solve this mystery. Now, when I was reading Legacy issue number 1, I noticed a problem. I noticed what's his face? Jarvis. Jeez. Jarvis was staring out at the Avengers Origin statue, and he's looking at it. And Nadia Pym comes up behind him and is like, what's the matter, Jarvis? He's like, I think there's something wrong with the statue. So I looked at it, and I immediately saw something wrong. The Wasp was full size. Now, in the original statue that they show, the bronze statue of the Wasp and the of the entire Avengers, initial Avengers, which does include Steve Rogers, deal with it, because they didn't really become a team until he joined. So the Wasp was originally shrunk and on Giant Man, Henry Pym's finger. All right? Here, they're all doing pretty much the exact same pose, but now she's in her full size down on the, which I guess, is fine. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's just that was the Ray. And I noticed that. I'm like, okay, so that's the issue. So something changed that she's, instead of there, she's there. Apparently I was wrong. It's something else entirely different. So you can't change the statue and then say it's been changed, but no, that's not the change. That's just Marvel. You done did me dirty. All right, I feel robbed like George Foreman out of a bag of Doritos. Remember that old commercial? So we have this new character is supposed to show up, Valerie Vector, and her stage name is Voyager. So yeah, this is about as porn-ish as it gets. Like seriously, man, just wow. Who's your sidekick? The Cable Man? So we're supposed to find out more about her in Avengers number 675 in January. Now, here's something. Because they, more people showing up. What's up, Streaks? So they, what happened here? Some people have been questioning, myself included. Marvel said that after the whole, what do you have it, Secret Empire thing, like this is too expansive, it's too huge, it's gigantic, and Marvel's always doing these crossover events, these big giant-size events that have tie-ins all over the place, and the comic books are too expensive to begin with, so people are going broke, so what's up, Marvel? And they said, okay, for 18 months, after the last issue of Secret Empire comes out for 18 months, we will not have any more crazy giant-size events. So we were all like, okay, but you already announced Venomverse, so are you pushing that back? Oh, no, 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 no. That's a little event. Okay. I can actually see that because there are only 10 issues. There's the 5 preview issues, and then there's the 5 main issues. There's also Edge of Venomverse War, which was a one-shot. So you could technically say 11 issues in total, unless they decide to do a couple of follow-ups because, hey, there was good money there, in which case, but there are no real crossovers, so, okay, fine. But then they're doing Generations also. Yeah, but that's just a bunch of one-shots. Yeah, but it's like 10 one-shots. And you're saying that they're all really important, which they weren't, by the way. So, okay. And now all of a sudden we have Marvel Legacy showing up. No, that's just a one-shot, and it's just in the comics they'll be doing things. Oh, okay. So it's just the one-shot. Well, wait a second. So where are we going to hear about the story? Oh, all the different issues. Oh, okay. So if we just want to know what happens with the Avengers, we just have to read Avengers. We don't have to read, like, let's say, Champions and things like that. Oh, no. You'll find out everything. Okay, so is there any seepage, any crossover? Well, yeah. It's an event. It's an event. Stop lying, man. Stop lying. That's the thing. I'm okay with, like, whatever. Just like fans, buy your events. Do it. Okay? Like a scene out of They Live. All right? Just, obey. Sleep. I'm okay with that. The trick is, don't freaking lie to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't piss on my head and say it's raining. Just don't do that. It's one of my favorite sayings. So clearly we have another huge event here with crossovers and everything. They're just disguising it, all right? They're trying to go nonchalant. I'm not buying it. Actually, I am buying them. I have to review them. But that's weird, man. I got people still commenting on my videos. Can't they see that I'm live? You can just come over here and say it. Anyway, yes, Valerie is Voyager, Streaks 93. I know that. But what do you call it? It's the idea, like her name is Valerie Vector, and that's her regular name, but her superhero name is Voyager. So that's one hell of an alliteration. And it all sounds like a bunch of freaking stage names for a strip club. I'm just saying. So, here's something. The Joker movie by Martin Scorsese. Apparently they're really serious about getting freaking Leo DiCaprio to do this. All I'm saying is, look, I used to have a problem with Leo DiCaprio because I thought he's just a pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? He's just going to be able to do these girly films. He's just doing these little pretty boy films. He was on, not Full House, whatever, the Growing Pains. He was on Growing Pains, all right? And he was just, whatever. You know what I'm saying? This little rugrat, this little runt. And he shows up in, like, what's happening with What's Got Gilbert Grape or something like that. Whatever. It was actually a pretty good movie. I liked it with Johnny Depp. It was good. I enjoyed it. Turns out he is a good actor, you know what I'm saying? But then, of course, I think most of us guys, we were younger then, and I'm there with my wife watching Titanic for the second time. And forget about the second time, just the first time, you know how the damn thing's going to end. Goddamn ship's going to sink. It's the freaking Titanic. If the ship doesn't sink, there's an issue there. Isaiah Quinn, some people think that Voyager is, Valeria Richards. Do you believe that theory? Also, how do you feel about Avengers No Surrender crossover with all 3 Avengers comics? Exactly. The No Surrender thing. That's sick, dude. Like, this is the definition of an event. I'm just saying. Ask any of the other comic book companies. They'll be like, yeah, Marvel's doing another event. I know they said they're not going to do any events. And then they did an event. It's a bait and switch. You know what I'm saying? So, he sucked until Blood Diamond. He was awesome in that. Really? Dick Fillmore, man. This cat always sees these movies that I've never seen. I know, Dick's going to, every time I say I haven't seen one of the movies, he's like, I'm going to smack you. So I'm glad that he lives. Where do you live again? Because I got to make sure I don't, like, pass through there on the way someplace. Just saying. But, like, right now I'm trusting the Mounties and the Canadian police to make sure he doesn't get into Canada. Be like, put out a red alert, be like, yo, if this dude, Dick Fillmore, comes in, he's just coming up to hit me. So don't let him in. But, as far as the, she might be Valeria Richards. What's funny is she's golden. Like, look at the picture I got up there. She's golden. You know who she looks like? She looks like Kismet. She looks like, you can call her Paragon or her or Adam Warlock's twin. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be her betrothed. All that good. Yep. See, I just got confirmation she's going to hit me in Oregon. That's right, in Oregon. What do you call? I got a funny story about Oregon. Wait. No. Oklahoma. Never mind. Doesn't matter here. Okay. So anyway, rainy Oregon. So, oh, hey, that's where Twilight was. Hey, did you see Twilight, Dick? Now I'm getting my ass beat. So, I'm really hoping that one of these days when I do meet, because I'm expecting to meet everybody at one point, hoping that one of these days when I do meet Dick, he's like a really small, skinny guy. My luck will be a big effing biker. Be like, hey, remember all that crap you said? And you didn't watch those movies? So, Twilight sucks. Yes, it does, Streaks. That's why you're my number one fan. Or I'm your number one fan. Look, fairies sparkle, not vampires. That's all I'm going to say. But now we're moving on. So she looks like Kismet. So I'm thinking, because look, check it out. If you remember the Quasar comics, Kismet, at the time I think she was called Paragon, she was with Wendell Vaughn. She was trying to get with him and all that stuff. She was trying to check out, who would be a good surrogate father, you know what I'm saying, for our children and such and such and such. So she wound up settling on Quasar. And he was more like a mercy thing. She was trying to go after like Hercules and Gilgamesh and all these big dudes. You know what I'm saying? I think Captain America was also involved in that. But like she was going after all these big, strapping, muscular dudes. And here's little Wendell Vaughn. And he's all just like, I got these bracelets and I'm a Green Lantern ripoff. But but the color is yellow. The color is yellow. I'm just saying. So like, I loved Wendell Vaughn. But face facts, he's a Green Lantern ripoff. So I stop talking about Twilight in the chat. Stop it now. So at one point, she wound up falling in love with him. And he was like, maybe. I'm like, this is this gorgeous golden chick, and you're not going to be all over that? Whatever. So eventually, these guys got together, apparently, in a different dimension, the Earth 691 universe. Ours is the 616 that we always read in the comic books, but there are other alternate universes, timelines, and this one was the Earth 691. It was 691 because that's where the original Guardians of the Galaxy come from, the Guardians 3000, from the year 3000. So they had a son, and that was Sakaar Orgood. Actually, Sakaar Vaughn, realistically, but Sakaar Orwood, who is Starhawk. And that is a combination of a guy and a girl, Kismet, go figure, who would join up in a Get-Salt. Like, here he is. Just bought him from the same comic book store. Bang! Finally got my awesome icon figure of Firestorm. Yes, so there's a Get-Salt there. Get-Salt there. I just said it wrong. There's a Get-Salt there. And you're like Puck from Alpha Flight, so you'll cartwheel attack me. So what do you call it? Yeah, so who's to say they didn't have other kids? You know what I'm saying? So honestly, my opinion is I'm thinking and hoping that it's her, that's who it is, that it's actually their child, because that would be awesome. I loved her. I loved Quasar. There were times when like I couldn't, when I'm just like working on a very small amount of money, as a kid, just, whatever I was able to work to get. And I'd have to limit my comics once in a while. Quasar was never one of those comics that went on hiatus. I had the entire run of Quasar. I loved Quasar, and boom. Excuse me. So that was a big deal for me. So if I were to see that personally, I'd be great. And suddenly wait, let me try something. I'm going to close my eyes. No, I can still see. s.h.i.e.l.d. must be here. My Eye of Agamotto. Let me. Ah, there he is. s.h.i.e.l.d. What's up, brother? So golden pussy is a trap. Streaks, you and me need to hang. Like, I literally just saw a big red fish head on you, like a Mon Calamari, talking about, it's a trap! So, The only other thing, so anyway, yeah, the Joker, that's apparently now going to be just really quick. Yeah, I used to think that Leonardo DiCaprio was like only good for one role, and then all of a sudden, Gangs of New York came out, and I resisted seeing that in the worst way. And then when I finally did break down and see it, I was very judgmental against DiCaprio. I'm like, screw this guy, can't stand this guy. But then I wound up seeing what Scorsese obviously saw in him. This guy is freaking gold. This guy is awesome. he's a really awesome actor. You know what I'm saying? Just wow. So if Scorsese says that he could play the Joker, damn it, he's going to be the new Joker, and he's going to be awesome. And Jared Leto's going to be like, I don't get it. I don't get it. How did you do that? And I'm just going to say, shut up. So, things being what they are, it's also apparently going to be a standalone movie now. Yo, DC can't get their act together with this stuff. And this stuff kills me, man. Like, I want to see my characters. Like, I'm buying all these DC figures. And for what? For what? I'm not going to see them in the movies. I'm buying them for the comic book love. But, like, first they say, oh, yeah, Batfleck, he's staying. He's going to be the new Batman. He's going to be directing everything. Yeah. He's the man. He's the man. Nah, Batfleck's out. Whoa. You mean he's out of all the movies? Yeah. What? No, he's not. He's not. Of course he's not. Batfleck's going to stay for the movies. He's Batfleck. He's going to stay in the movies. Okay, cool. Batfleck's out of the movies. What? Seriously, he's out. He's out. So we can't keep anything straight there. Now somebody get over here. Oh yeah. There's going to be Martin Scorsese is going to direct a DC film specifically for the Joker. Sweet, awesome, and what do you call it? It's not going to be in the same universe. Oh. No, actually, first they said and Jared Leto's not going to be in it. Like whoa. Oh, so is it going to be in a new universe? No, same universe. So Jared Leto's out. Yeah. No. Wait, do you want him out? So, like, oh my God. It's like they're really trying to play off of us. So we're just like, we don't know. Could you just give us an answer? So apparently he's not out, but this is going to be a completely separate movie. So they're planning on actually naming the universe that he's going to be in right now. Here's a hint. It's called effing Elseworlds. Especially since they were already talking about the Black Adam movie and the Shazam movie were not going to be in the mainstream DC universe, DC cinematic universe. That was going to be an Elseworlds-ish kind of thing also. Why? And then Rocky Johnson, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he comes out and he says, hey man, Black Adam's going to be fighting Superman. I'm like, yeah! Wait, how's that possible? Who's going to play Superman? Well, Henry Cavill. But you guys are going to be a different universe. Oh yeah, talk to my people about that. I'm going to make it happen. So all of a sudden, so can we just listen, we got Kevin Feige over here in charge of the MCU and everything seems to be working just fine. He's not in charge of the TV stuff. He's in charge of the movie stuff. So over here, they got like 8 different people. Jeff Johns is just one of them. Can we just fire all of them? Yes, including Jeff Johns, and just put The Rock in charge? Because when The Rock speaks, things happen. I'm just saying. Oh, I got a spider. I wonder, it's fast too. I'm wondering if it bites me. Anyway, so then maybe Marvel will make a deal with me and I could actually be in the movies. Oh, what a diss. So that's my idea there. I think that, exactly, Jeff Johns can't, even Isaiah Quinn states simply, he cannot make, even Jeff Johns can't work miracles on the DCEU. Oh, jeez, I've been listening to, well, Streaks, Batfleck is out, man. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, who's your favorite new human? Sean Sadrai, my Eye of Agamotto says, and did you know Ego the Living Planet is a dad now? Yes, I heard about that in Moon Girl. I'm not reading Moon Girl. I need to be reading Moon Girl. I love Lunella Lafayette. I love her. But I just haven't, dude, I'm not made out of money. All right? So, what do you call it? Yeah, I would like to eventually start reading that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But who's my favorite new human? Shoot. I actually had somebody for that. I'm going to have to get back to you on that. I had somebody for that and I can't remember who it was now. Oh, Mosaic. I loved Mosaic. I absolutely loved Mosaic. I did the Explained in a Minute for Mosaic, and I when they finished with the series with issue 8, I actually had both of the creators of Mosaic contact me on YouTube, and one of them contact me also on Twitter and thank me for the good words that I put in for the character and the love that I have for the character. So that right there just cinched it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, like there was no way, no way else around it. But yeah, I loved Mosaic. I thought he was a very unique character. He didn't have one of those legacy names behind him, so there's no reason for anybody to read his comics, you know? And unfortunately, when he showed up in the IVX, Inhumans versus X-Men, you notice I got that in the title here, nobody knew who the heck he was. So, and Sean, I'm not going to call you crazy for that. You want, what's his face, to Franklin Richards come back to be older. He won't be. We saw in the end of Legacy issue number 1, Legacy number 1, that no, that's not going to be the case. ISO, favorite new human. Well, that's actually cool, Streaks, because ISO and Mosaic actually wind up getting together with each other. So maybe we'll write a fanfic of that. What do you call it? I think they call that hentai. That's only if we draw it, right? So, what do you call it? Anyway, so yeah, nobody knows what the heck is going on, but Leo is definitely in. Jarrett is apparently still going to be in. There was going to be a whole bunch of different new universes. We don't know what the hell's going on with DC, but seeing a Martin Scorsese thing is going to be pretty freaking awesome. The reason why I want him to be older is on your Twitter messages. What, recently? Dude, I check my Twitter messages all the time because you're constantly like sending me messages and I don't want to be behind. And plus you yell at me if I don't look at it. This guy actually gets into the comments of a random video and just be like, check your messages. Like, oh my God. Oh, yep, there's a message. And boom, boom, boom. And 2 unread. Let's see. Charles Soule. Yes, Echo is the Mayor Fisk story. Is in the Mayor Fisk story. Sweet. Sweet. Awesome. Okay. I'm happy to see some more of Echo. And what is this? You want this back? Oh, yes. Rachel Summers and Nathan Richards. I saw that right away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Yeah, that would be hot. I'd be all sorts of down for that. Going to the trouble to set up a bot to engage me? Dan Slott's weird on Twitter, man. Dan Slott is really freaking weird on Twitter. Anyway, that being said, what else do I have? The last thing I have is the Inhumans versus X-Men. So I watched and reviewed the Shazam is better than Superman and DC ruined Captain Marvel to save Superman because his comics sell. Yes, you are correct. Yes. DC did ruin that because they were the little guys. You know what I'm saying? They were the little guys. They couldn't go after Marvel because Marvel wound up getting some serious bank and having a bunch of characters at the time, and just is what it is. So DC at the time totally picked on the little guy. DC today is not the DC of yesteryear. So DC has been working with more independent and smaller companies than anyone I've seen, like more so than Marvel has ever worked on in their entire run. These guys are actually partnering up with people just to help boost their sales. Wonder Woman and Conan is the thing right now for Dark Horse Comics. Batman and The Shadow just wrapped up their series together for Dynamite Comics. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all over the place. Boom Studios, with Boom with an exclamation point. Boom Studios, they just wrapped up Justice League and Power Rangers together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saw the Green Lantern and Planet of the Apes. You saw the Green Lantern and Star Trek stuff. That was for over in IDW. Like, they got a lot of stuff going on. They're helping out a bunch of other people. Like, DC gets nothing out of that. What do they get out of that? Nothing. And they're just like, yeah, promise you're not going to screw over our characters. I will absolutely hook you up. I will absolutely hook you up. So, yeah, I'm very happy to see that. We just discussed that, Sean. And I'm hoping that it's actually the daughter of Kismet and Wendell Vaughn, Quasar. That's what I'm actually hoping for. Genius idea. Jerry Duggan writing New Warriors. Would you get that? If they brought back New Warriors, I would get it. I would absolutely get it. Streaks, I haven't been reading the regular Power Rangers comic. What's funny is I accidentally had that in my pile when I was walking out the door, like extra stuff at the comic book store, and I was walking out, and thank God somebody actually mentioned, as I was leaving after I already paid for everything, it was like, yeah, I'm actually surprised to see you reading Power Rangers. It's like, is that a new thing you're going to review? And I was like, wait, what? I was like, no, the Power Rangers Justice League. He's like, look at that again. And it was just the Power Rangers. Like, crap, where's the Justice League Power Rangers? Like, fortunately, just switch it out. Just switch it out. Just go. So, like, I almost came home with the wrong comic. That would have, I would have been upset at that. I would have been upset at that. Can't wait for Shazam and Hawkman to get, yes. When Shazam comes, that should be pretty cool. Hawkman, Isaiah Quinn, dude, I am like the biggest Hawkman fan. Probably not as big as like some of the YouTube groups that they got out there, but I love Hawkman. He's my absolute hands down favorite DC character. Love his character. I've loved his look since I was I think I was 7 years old. Honestly, if I wasn't 7, I was 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And just boom, like I loved Hawkman. I was just like, he looks so majestic. I want to be Hawkman. I want to just bare chest with like bird inside of my chest and all that stuff. Let it come out the cage and just put on the big V straps and all that stuff and just, I'd make it a bandolier and have the big freaking wings on the back and just go flying. I loved that. Just absolutely gorgeous look. He was so like hard-nosed, beak-nosed, hard-nosed, straight to business, hit you in the face with a dotted mace as soon as he'd look at you. Wow. I want Future Foundation back. Yes, we've talked about that a few times here. So, oh my God, so Valeria and Moon Girl could be best friends. Isaiah's got some good. Every so often, Isaiah just comes out of left field and be like, and here's a genius idea. Sean, so someone will die in Champions 15, and I think it's going to be Viv. Yeah, I know. See, we talked about it on Twitter. And yeah, I always felt that it was probably going to be Viv because she'd be the easiest to bring back. And we don't want to see, like, how freaking heart-wrenching would it be? See, I always kind of kept that hope because I thought it would be absolutely heart-wrenching if it were actually Sam who were going to die, because he's got his very loving family who we just seen. His series just ended, all that stuff, and people hate him because he's not Richard Rider. And even though Richard Rider's back, like, awesome, so you can get rid of Sam now, right? It's like, dude, what is the hate on Sam Alexander? I love Sam Alexander. I think he's a freaking awesome character. I think he's great, like he's way more powerful, but he's not as competent with the abilities, so like that's great. That's a great power set. People just hate him. They just hate him, and I don't get it, man. So yeah, it just made sense that it would be Viv. And what do we got here? Streaks 93, Static Shock and Nightwing, my favorite DC Comics characters. Just Static. Static Shock is the TV show. You know that. I know you know that. But for anybody who doesn't know, the TV show was called Static Shock. The character's name was Static. And no, it's not the same as Living Lightning. That was actually a Milestone comic. So they're different, where Icon comes from and all that stuff. And don't have any of that written down, but Milestone is making some power moves, dude. Like some power moves. They're about to come back on DC. So I'm digging it. Hey, what's Weird World? Weird World was actually an amazing Secret Wars thing. Back when there was the whole Battle World thing going, one of those planets was Weird World. 4 issues. If you could find those 4 issues, I promise you they're online right now. I'm certain they're online at this point on the Marvel app or Marvel Unlimited. I'm certain you can find it there. So go check that out. Go read those 4 issues. Oh, they were good. They were so good. And they wound up like bringing back a couple of things once in a while, just kind of shoehorning them in. It's fun stuff. It was like such a fun comic to read. Dick Fillmore. My favorite DC characters are Golden Age Superman and Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Hal Jordan is my favorite of the Green Lanterns, and Hal Jordan was actually my favorite DC character for a long time, like when I was a kid. Like my dad was all about Superman, and I'm like, yeah, Superman. I remember I got not yelled at, but I got like a cold shoulder for a while from my dad because we're sitting down watching Birdman, that cartoon Birdman, not the Michael Keaton, obviously. I was probably 4 years old. All right, like yeah, I've got a pretty good memory, thank God. Sitting down watching Birdman, like Birdman is cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I liked the wings. Go figure. I always loved the wings. You know. And my dad says, "Who do you think would win, Birdman or Superman?" I was like, "Oh, Birdman." And he just looked at me, and I was like, "What? What?" I didn't go by who's got the better power set. This, that. I was 4 years old, and I just looked at it as, who do you like more? It's like, I like Birdman more. And then I like thought about the question afterwards, and my dad was so mad at me. And I finally was like, I guess you wanted me to say Superman? He's like, whatever. I'm thinking to myself, I'm 4 years old and this guy's a big kid. What the frick? Like he's actually butthurt because I said Birdman could beat Superman. Wow. So, too funny. Just a funny little thing here. But yes, I did wind up liking Hal Jordan for the longest time. He's absolutely my second favorite of the DC superheroes. Hands down, my second favorite. It's just Birdman's just Birdman. See what I did there? Hawkman, he's got that look. I love the way he's drawn so much better. And his history, his origin is so extensive. And realistically, here's something funny. Think about it. Hawkman is technically the Kevin Bacon of the DC universe. I don't think you can name a single person who is not within 6 degrees, if not 2 degrees, of Hawkman. Real talk. You name a character, I'm pretty sure that that within 2 degrees, worst case scenario, 6 degrees, I can make a connection back to Hawkman. And not just, oh, well, they served in the same team. No, an actual familial relation. You know what I'm saying? Like, the grandson of Wonder Woman is Hawkman's grandson. I know, imagine that, right? Okay, so anyway, what else do we have in here? Sam Alexander. Oh, wait, hold on. Great idea here. Mosaic and Luna should join Secret Warriors. I think Lunella. Who said? I actually thought it was you, Sean, but somebody said to me that I made a suggestion that Luna should join with what's her name? Riri Williams. So I wouldn't mind seeing these two join up. And somebody made the connection. They said, Riri, sure. But Moon Girl is too good on her own. She's too good on her own. And if she joins up in another team, like I know she's in Secret Warriors right now, but if she joins up in another team, like a serious member of a team, she's going to lose that. Oh, and I specifically said about her joining the girls' team over in Unstoppable Wasp. I think that went to like 9 issues or something, like 8 or 9 issues. I reviewed them all. And somebody actually, and we talked about that in the comics, in the comments of that section there. So you can find that conversation there. Let's see what we got up here. I'm actually not going fast enough. Sam Alexander gets the same hate that Riri Williams gets right now. So you're just talking about her, which is sad because they're both great characters. I agree. You know what? Let's see if I can make this disappear. Can you guys... Oh, no, you can't. What if I do that? Yes? No? Oh, wait, no. It would be this? Crap. I don't know how to get you guys to be able to see my... Really? How do I... Well, I wonder if I can do it here. Sorry, guys. I'm just, like, playing around. Oh, screen capture. I would do it there, right? Let's do, boom. There we go. That's my desktop. That right there is my desktop. I'm a huge fan of Riri Williams. She's my desktop. Anyway, so what we got? This one right here? Yeah, there we go. So we're back. Yeah, I love Riri Williams. Whenever I don't take it personally when somebody says they hate her, but with any comic book character, when you do something, when you say something that just can't be backed up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to get into that stuff anymore. But yeah, there's a lot of people who just, they hate on her, and they legit have zero reasons 0 reasons why they hate her. All the reasons are phony reasons. They don't make sense. They just don't jive. I've got no time for that. I've got no time for that. So, let's see. Streaks. It's old comics fans that hate new characters in the Marvel comics because the old characters get pushed back, but they're still there. Exactly. I got into an argument, and on my part at least, it was polite, and I kept on dragging the guy back to keeping a polite, commentary. Because like my wife was there, and the comic book guy, at the counter was there, and they were closing in like a half an hour. And I remember just simply, like the guy sitting there getting upset. He's like, all these characters, like it's so ridiculous. Like I don't even care if everything was whitewashed before. And this guy seemed to be like Latino, and I think he was Latino. Like when we finally like exchanged names and all that stuff. And he was an MMA guy, so I'm just like, this guy could freaking drop toe hold grapple me or something like that. And, like what am I gonna do? What I'm saying? I'm gonna start like kneeing him in the face and trying to remember my old ninjutsu techniques, and try and get him up closer to the top so I can Bushido Kai him. But like the dude was actually getting really heated, and he's like, "But what about my old characters? What about my old characters?" I was like, "Buddy, whoa, just knocked over my garbage can. Take that." So I said, "Buddy, here's the thing. Your characters," and I pointed to all the long boxes. I was like, "They're all right there." I was like, "You keep on looking for all your characters on the rack." You know what I'm saying? But they're not on the rack. You know what I'm saying? Or they are on the rack. They're just not the same on the rack. But all those stories that you miss and love, they're still there. You can go back and revisit them anytime. Nobody has to keep on writing and drawing your characters the way that you want them. You can. But like, they're doing things differently. And Marvel and DC both have always done some stuff differently. Hello? Do you think that Hal Jordan is the only and has been the only Green Lantern? How many Flashes are there currently? How long have there been multiple Flashes? How long has Barry Allen been gone from the Flash? Like, he was gone for years. He was gone for a decade. And Wally West was there in his place. You know what I'm saying? You have like so many different characters who just popped in, popped out, popped all over the place. All these changes. Remember when Wonder Woman lost her powers? Probably not. That was before I was even born. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these different characters have changed so much over the years. You remember Rhodey? Rhodey from, I'm thinking Randy Rhoads from Ozzy Osbourne. But like all these characters, dude, like they've changed. Like when Rhodey became Iron Man, long before he became War Machine. Hello? Like these things they're real. They're real. There have been so many different characters that have switched all over the place, so I don't see the hate. I mean, just when Superior Spider-Man came along, I'm like, what I'm mad about is that I love this character so much, and now I know that he's not going to be around forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually want him to be around later on, but clearly he's going to go back to Peter Parker, and everybody else is like, oh, my Peter Parker is gone. It's like, wow, dude, stop. Just take a breath. Breathe. So, yeah, people get so worked up over that. Besides, I'm an old comics fan. Watch yourself there, Streaks. So, Sean says, Odinson will be back in Hulk 711. 711's putting out I'm joking. So, okay, cool. So, in issue number 711, Odinson will be... Oh, will just be in it. Sorry, not back. I read with desire. What do you call it? Okay. Oh, and the death of Jane Foster. I'm wondering if that just means that the Jane Foster character is going to die, but Jane Foster as Thor will just permanently stay Thor. Like maybe the hammer will be, like maybe Odin will actually give her the gift that she doesn't have to change back into Jane Foster, or he'll actually just let the Jane Foster, persona die, and he'll give her permanent Asgardian physiology, which would just be freaking awesome. So she can lose the hammer for more than 60 seconds, and then she's back. I mean, Walt Simonson got rid of the 60-second rule, so I'm sure that... And then, of course, they immediately give it back when Eric Masterson... And there's another one, Eric Masterson. Did we really hate Eric Masterson so much? Eventually became Thunderstrike, but I mean, like, I liked it. I've got his first appearance. I liked Eric Masterson, I'm sad that he died. I want to see more from his son. Whatevs, man. Whatevs. They've been doing it forever. It's not like they just suddenly started doing that. JC in Lapel. What's up, brother? My lantern hat... And there's a big jump. There you are. My lantern has to be Kyle because of the creativity. It's closer to me. Kyle Rayner was great. And I know a lot of people today, like, oh, I don't like him. But I don't think you could be a Hal Jordan fan and not at least respect Kyle Rayner because, what do you call it? Hal is constantly always talking about how, nope, he's the torchbearer. Nope, he's awesome. Nope, he's the best. He's cool. He's my man. If I'm going to trust anybody to watch over my family, it's going to be Kyle because Kyle's awesome. Like, you got to love Kyle. Birdman was awesome, and I'm 20. Streaks, sweet. Dick, laugh my ass off, you're dead. Mad dogging his 40-year-old. I like him. I like him already. Oh, yeah, dude, I was in basic training the day I was born. Streaks, John Stewart and Kyle Rayner, top 2 favorite Green Lanterns. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Here's the thing. I have a love-hate relationship with Guy Gardner. Like, I love that, like, the sparks coming out of his ring. I love the features of him. I love that he's just so gung-ho, snot-nosed, and, ready to, lead with his jaw and all that stuff. I like that sometimes. At the same time, those exact same reasons why I like him are the same reasons why I hate him. So, oh, man. You know who's got a very similar personality to him right now? Carol Danvers. Captain Marvel. I would reckon that those two are the same from different universes. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on it. Sean, did you hear Living Lightning will be in Avengers number 675? Yes, I did. Actually, I heard it from you. You're already forgetting your messages to me. You meant Luna, as in Crystal and Quicksilver's daughter. Oh, and I already forgot what you'd said up above. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Mosaic and Luna should join. Okay, Luna. Okay, yes. Not Lunella, but Luna proper. Join the Secret Warriors? Yeah, why not? That would actually be fun. That would be fun. Oh, I passed right over Isaiah Quinn. I'm sorry, dude. So Isaiah says, do you know of Cosmic Suit Superman? In my opinion, the most powerful Superman. Superboy Prime would have to be the most powerful Superman. But Cosmic Suit Power Man, I think that Rob over in Comics Explained just did something about that, didn't he? So I guess that's where that's coming from. Rob's a madman. I remember back in the day when he had no knowledge whatsoever of DC. I don't know how long you've been following Comics Explained, but I remember back in the day when he had zero knowledge about DC Comics. And finally, what have you, Benny and Sal are like, dude, you got to start reading. So he did start reading them. And now all of a sudden, like he then at one point he made, because he was Marvel Explained at the time, then he made his second channel, DC Explained. I'm like, oh, Rob, you need to stop, man. Don't start trying to explain things you just learned about them, dude. Don't. But he keeps doing it, and he keeps getting lots of views. So apparently he's doing a good job. I don't watch his videos anymore. Make no mistake, I don't watch anybody's videos anymore. I'll watch, like, Dungeons Dragons related things or physics things or just anything that piques my interest, I will. But if it's comic book related, unless it's comic book news, I will not watch anybody else's channel anymore. My favorite was actually Sal over in, he's a fellow Jersey boy. He's up in Leonardo, New Jersey, if I remember correctly. Formerly TV Little House. Now he's Comic Pop. I loved Sal. In fact, you can actually you can see my pseudonym, my real full name. I've had conversations with him a lot. I've I've watched him a lot. I've commented in his videos a lot. He's come back when he used to be able to, when he didn't have as many subscribers. He used to comment back to me and all that. And I was never on the show, but like they've read my letters several times. They've I got to, type to them live and have conversations with them back and forth and get like a back and forth answer on some of their live podcasts when they'd hit like certain milestones. And I used to write for them. So I still have at least his old address, his old email address, where I would write reviews for him for comic books when they had the Weekly Poll website. So, yeah, I used to love him, but I can't watch him anymore because if I do, then his content is going to start bleeding into mine in the sense that what he says, what he does, how he views the comics will come over into mine. And the funny thing is, I used to like his most popular show was the show that I actually liked the least, was him talking about comics with Ben and Ethan, because they would joke a lot. Let me just check that my internet's being really crappy right now. Babe, are you on? Are you on the internet? Thank you. Just sometimes she goes on Netflix and that'll just kill everything. Netflix sucks up everything. So anyway, what do you call it? Yeah, I didn't like the idea that he and the guys would actually make fun of the comics, you know? Like, hey, there's some times when you got to make fun of a comic because it's not very good, you know? But, like, they're taking, like, really beloved stories here, and they're just like, wow, and they're just not giving it the reverence. I don't know if I know as much about comics as any of those three guys. And I'm talking by those three guys, I'm talking about Benny, Sal, and Rob. I don't know if I know as much about comics as them. I don't want to put my knowledge against them, you know what I'm saying? But each of them has a very different style. I have taken a little bit from each of them, like the way that I organize my videos. I got that from Benny, hands down. I saw the way that he organizes everything, and we're both former military, so that's an easy thing. It's like I see that he's got a great way of doing it. I like to put my things in as much order as possible. Boom, I will follow a very similar method to what he does. Rob, where I do my explained in a minute. Rob explains, comics explains, Marvel explains, all those. That's where that actually comes from. I saw the way that he would do them, and I literally thought to myself, I don't want to spend 20 or more minutes doing, this stuff. So, yeah, no. I will do explained in a minute or so. So that's why I explain my things quick. I put as much information in a small, tiny wrapping, and I just, boom, there it is. And I try and let some of the pictures work for me also. I know that I will talk fast, so while I don't put captions in any of my videos, I just let YouTube do the captions for whatever. For my explained in a minute, those I take very precarious detail, getting the captions as perfect as I would like to see them, so that you can always put on the captions and say, oh, okay, this is what he was saying. Oh, that's the spell. I actually care about the spelling for everything. I'm very meticulous, and I want the captions to be just perfect for my explained in a minute videos. I don't care about the captions for any of my other videos for the most part. I'm not going to take that kind of detail, but these I absolutely do. I love my explained in the minutes. That's my bread and butter. That's what I love. Even though they don't get as much love as my reviews. My reviews I do because I love the comics. I want to stay on top of it, and I want you guys to stay on top of it also. But this, that's what I actually love. I love doing my explained in a minute. So those are my favorites to do. My second favorite would be the spotlight on stories. And just earlier on today, around the afternoon time, about 11 o'clock in the a.m., New York, Toronto time, I put up John Proudstar. That's the original Thunderbird for Giant Size X-Men issue number 1. He was only in like 3 issues. I put up his review because he's going to be in X-Men's The Gifted. And I also did a spotlight on story, Chaos War, issue number 1 and 2 of the X-Men tie-in. So I didn't do Chaos War proper, those 5 issues. I didn't do that. But I did do the tie-ins for the X-Men, because this I thought was the most beautiful John Proudstar story ever. And these guys saved the world, technically the universe, and nobody knew it. Nobody knew it. So, that's the kind of stuff that I love. I loved that story. It was a great, very short story. It's only 20 minutes, 18 minutes long, I think was the review. And that's the kind of stuff I love doing. And the spotlight and story, that I get from Sal. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I show my comics a lot more reverence. I love my comics. These were my Bibles growing up, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk religion with anybody, any religion, any denomination. I'm good. I've read pretty much all those books. You know what I'm saying? And I love the mythologies. I love the stories. I love all of them. But the comic books, that was what actually I loved them. And it was a very isolated thing for me. You know what I'm saying? It took until high school for me to finally share my love of comic books with select other people. But yeah, comics was my life for the longest time. The absolute hands down longest time. So, yeah, I kind of got into a bit of a tirade there. Well, a polite tirade. I wasn't yelling at anybody. So anyway, Let's see. What is this blasphemy that Streak says I like Jane Foster more than Odin's son. And Dick Fillmore, of course, no, Dick Fillmore, I know you put that little smiley face with the tongue lolling out, but no, you actually meant that that was blasphemy. And I know you did, and it's okay. I still love you for it. But what happened? You just got the first Thunderstrike #1 comic today. Nice, Sean. Go back and check out the Thor comic if you didn't already. Go back and check out those. One of these days, because I'm going to be doing the Thor stuff, I think that one of these days I am going to have to do Eric Masterson. I've got some buddies on YouTube, on Facebook that are really big into him also, and I think that I'm going to do an explain in a minute and actually do his story. His fight versus the Juggernaut, not so long after Thor just had his battle with the Juggernaut in the comics around the 400s issues, right after Walt Simonson's run, amazing run. That's just some of the best stuff in comic books ever. That's when the New Warriors were actually introduced. Absolute amazing stuff. Absolute amazing stuff. I'm going to have to, yeah, you know what? Yeah. You know what? When they're ready to do the New Warriors on TV, that's when I'm going to do it. That's when I'm going to do it. That will be a spotlight on story. Bet. Okay, so, if that theory happened, Bruce Banner will be godlike with the Hulk and Starbrand power. Ooh, so somebody was talking about a theory earlier. Why am I missing this stuff? Isaiah, this is a crazy theory, but I have a theory that since Starbrand died in Marvel Legacy, I don't think he died. I don't think he died. No, he got the pen and stare. You don't die from that. You just go comatose for a little while. It could be like up to 10 minutes. So actually it could be a couple hours. Depends on how many people he's killed. No, he didn't. No, there's no way he died in that. If you didn't see a body, he's not dead. It was just the pen and stare. Yeah, pen and stare doesn't kill anybody. So anyway, is he going to give the Starbrand to Bruce? The Starbrand power is going to bring Bruce Banner Hulk back. It could. It absolutely could. Guys, I know a lot of people didn't like the whole Jim Shooter New Universe thing. I loved the New Universe. Very specifically, Starbrand and DP7. Those two were just, I loved those comics. Absolutely loved those comics. Those were great. After the White event, oh man, such great stuff. Jim Shooter, I know a lot of people hated him, but he was right on the money with that. The problem is it was just executed poorly. I doubt Starbrand really died. Yeah, see, Manuel. Hey, Manuel, what's up, brother? Good to see you here. You doubt that Starbrand really died? Yeah, no, there's no... And he says, and I mean no body. Look, you see, Manuel and I were like that. Our thought processes are like that. Let's see. Sean Citrai, did I hear Julie Powers from Power Pack will be in Runaways? No. I don't. That shouldn't be right. That shouldn't be right because Power Pack is going to be doing its own thing. I know that Power Girl was in Runaways. That's Molly Hayes, but yeah, I don't think Julie Powers would be in there. I can see how those two would be confused though. Literally, even by people writing articles. So, Streaks, most of the comics YouTubers are hypocrites like Ben and Rob. Oh, man! Ben and Rob are hypocrites? What's up with that? I gotta, come on. You know what? Like, when I first started my channel and I said I'm going to stop watching Ben and Rob and all them and Sal, I was like, you know what? My dream, my YouTube dream right now, like my 5-year goal or so would be, I was hoping it's going to be like a 2-year goal, so I got one more year to get to that. I'm really hoping that one of these days I can actually be a guest on the Weekly Poll. I used to love the Weekly Poll. I used to love those guys, just so irreverent. I know they still do it, but like I said, I don't watch it because I know that if I watch it, it's going to slant my opinions. It's going to slant because those guys are, one, very persuasive. Two, they just have so much fun. And that's what I like. I like just having fun, reading my stuff. So, yeah, I would love to be a guest on there one day. And I know that Cape Joel, is actually not too far from me. I'm in the greater Toronto area. He's in Toronto proper. So, yeah, I would love it if one day, we could do like a collab video or something like that. That would be spot on. Okay, genius idea. When the Fantastic Four comes back, let's give 2-in-1 to Wonder Man and beat. Yes. Wonder Man and Beast, at the very least, deserve a 6 to 12 issue miniseries. That has to happen. That's not a genius idea. That is a cosmic awareness idea. That needs to happen. Are the Inhumans more powerful than the X-Men? Okay, that's a good question. Ish. Black Bolt is more powerful than most of the mutants that you will ever come across. Most, not all. You do have what's called Omega level mutants. You know what I'm saying? Which, like how's Black Bolt going to scream if Jean Grey just, you know what I'm saying? Just shuts him up like that. So, ish. The powers that just their body physiology alone, these guys are tougher than Captain America. Inhumans are naturally tougher, stronger, faster than Captain America is, able to recover and heal as fast as Captain America can, have the endurance to just go for days like Captain America can, and just a little bit beyond. That's even if they don't undergo Terrigenesis. When they do undergo Terrigenesis, they usually get some kind of a power which is focused and pretty damn amazing. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But there are a lot fewer Inhumans than there are mutants. And yeah, some of those mutants, their powers are just like, sometimes you got the Morlocks, you know what I'm saying? And they're like the alpha primitives in a way, you know what I'm saying? But in other ways, you got the Omega level mutants. No. Omega level mutants will destroy any Inhuman. Isaiah, I was talking to Sean. Dick Fillmore, Acts of Vengeance. Listen, man, just a nerd jab streak, just teasing you. Yeah, I don't think Dick ever means any harm. But Acts of Vengeance, yes. Acts of Vengeance is one of my favorite comic book. I know it wasn't like a big deal, and I know that it's funny. We were just talking about it. I know like Sal and all them were making fun of the Acts of Vengeance, which again, that's just one of those things where it's like that bugs me. It's like Acts of Vengeance was great. It was great. Like it's literally Loki saying, "Let's do all this stuff." Why? Why not? Let's just have some fun with it. That's effing genius. And that's also where you had Magneto meeting up with the original Red Skull for the first time. Nazi war hero. And, Eric Leschner, who was the son of, he was himself in a Nazi concentration camp. That's freaking amazing. And the battle that they had, go read your Captain America comics for that, kiddies. That was great. So, it's because Julie Powers and Carolina, and Carolina dated. Julie Powers and, Carolina, might have. Carolina is, did they date? You might be right. I think you might be right. I don't know. All that stuff was like extremely progressive, like for back in the day. Okay, Sean, do you think that Bart Allen, a.k.a. Impulse, I loved it when he was Impulse, I loved it, or Connor Superboy will ever return in Rebirth? Detective Comics, the latest one that just came out that I just reviewed this week. Spoiler. When my hand is up, that's the spoiler. When my hand goes down, the spoiler's over, okay? Prepare yourself. Doomsday just showed up, face to face with Tim Drake and the older Tim Drake. So that just happened. That being the case, all of those cells were open where Mr. Oz is. All of those cells opened, and he's got other prisoners. And I was actually thinking that instead of the person who I just mentioned being in there, I was thinking that besides him and the big, gigantic, mean, terrifying, deadly dude, I was thinking that Connor was also in there. So if Connor Kent shows up in there, that would be a hell of a fight. And that's really genuinely where I was hoping to see him. And if Impulse happens to be in there also, oh my God. Plus, you know what? Holy crap, Sean, dude, my man. Because Tim was talking about leaving Batman. It's like they're dating or something, right? Was this The Runaways? So anyway, he was talking about leaving Batman. He's like, he's good. Once he knows that I'm alive and I'm safe, we'll be done. We'll be done, and I'm just going to leave. I've left the big power structure. It clearly works, so, I'm done. I'm out. So if Impulse and Superman clone Superboy was actually in there, I just took that shirt off today and I put on the Thundercat shirt. That's annoying. But if they showed up to be in there, wouldn't you technically have a brand spanking new Young Justice comic, Rebirth, just ready to start up? Oh, oh, man. I might have to start talking with just one hand. That would be freaking awesome. That would be awesome. See, now DC has to make that happen. Because I don't think anything that they can do could possibly live up to that expectation. And the first person they have to fight is the person who just busts through that door. Wow, that would be awesome. Okay, so do you think... Okay, yeah. Sean, who will you do a spotlight on story for next week? Okay, Sean, here's the deal. You can ask me that stuff in private, but ask me in general because, one, I usually don't know. Two, I don't like to always just give out. I don't always just like to give it. But honestly, I don't know. In fact, I was actually planning on doing Brunhilde, Valkyrie, today. I was planning on doing her. And then when I was watching Inhumans, I was like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I got to check that out. Oh, hey, they got 6 minutes out for The Gifted. Let me check that out. And I looked at that and I was like, wait, it starts on Monday. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I did all of my Inhumans. I forgot to do the couple of guys that were here. Oh, crap. So, okay, I've got to do Blink and I've got to do, what's her name? What's his name? John Proudstar. Okay? Because those two are both in the comic. I could do Eclipse, but technically Eclipse isn't in the X-Men comics. Eclipse is actually Sunspot, Robert DaCosta. They just changed that character over. And I already did Fenris, the Fenris twins. I already did them. So that's done. And I did Polaris. I already did Polaris. You know what I'm saying? In anticipation. And I stopped. I was like, no, I've got to do all these other things first. And I got all mixed up. I was like, crap, I never finished the Gifted characters. So I had to hurry up and just literally overnight, I think it took me only 7 hours, and that includes basic research to make sure that I'm not, mispronouncing something or just got something wrong. Maybe I just don't remember something. And I'm never going to remember all the dates. May of 1975 is when Giant Size X-Men came out. That's an easy one. But when did Chaos War come out? I don't remember. I remember the year. It was 2011. Turned out that was December of 2010 into March of 2011. It's holy crap. You know what I'm saying? I would have kind of been wrong. So I have to try and get all my facts straight and everything. And I also like to reread the comic in question. So there's that. So yeah, I was planning on doing Valkyrie and everything. I already recorded a couple of days earlier and I was going to put her out. And I was like, uh-oh, I need to get these guys out. So today's Saturday. So next Tuesday, Monday is when the TV series premieres. I have to watch that, and then afterwards I will review it. I'll review that live, and I think that when I do review it live, I'm going to already have the other things set, so I can just hit send, and I'll have Blink available. So that's my plan right now. Holy crap, I'm really overtime on this. Anyway, but I am right now talking about all of this good stuff because Inhumans versus X-Men on TV. That's what's happening right now. We know that the Inhumans wasn't exactly the greatest. Again, if you go back and check out my 40-minute review of episode 1 and 2, you'll see that I actually really did like the TV show. I did like it as a TV show very specifically. Oh, yep, you're right. You told me. They did do it. They were pretty much together. Okay, good, done. So there's my comic book porn for the for the day. Dude, you are fast. You are fast, my man. Wow. So Twitter's always funny. So one of these days, guys, I'm hoping to actually have a .com of some sort set up so that I can start actually doing written reviews, and I will be asking for volunteers to help me out with that. Just somebody to help out with the day-to-day or actually writing reviews for the characters. I've already got ideas of some of the people who I want to actually do some of the reviews for. But specifically, like Sean, case in point, my Eye of Agamotto. Yeah, I really want Chivor, and you and I've discussed this before in a little bit of detail before, but yeah, I absolutely want you to do some of that stuff. um, Once I actually start getting paid for it, I can actually start paying you guys for it. But like that's just a dream. It's just have Comic Book University be on that level of like graphic policy and CBR and all these other CBM. You know what I'm saying? Adventures in Poor Taste. They suddenly like shut up. I've been reading Adventures in Poor Taste for months now, and all of a sudden they're getting big acclaim. They're getting exclusive viewing rights to like while everybody else will get 4 pages preview of a comic, they'll get like 6 or 7, and they can put their watermark stamp on it and stuff like that. And it's like, dude, I am so in love, and that's what I want. That's what I want for the direction for Comic Book University to go. You know, I would love to see something like that. But as we as we go on, slowly but surely, guys, slowly but surely. Okay. It's weird. Oh, geez, right up here. Streaks. I like Ben and Rob, but sometimes they piss me off, specifically when Rob was going to delete his channels because of the money he pulled the clickbait YouTube on his channel. He did clickbait? Oh. I didn't. Yeah, see, I haven't been following them like that. I haven't been following them like that at all. Wow, I didn't know that. He was going to delete his channels because of the money he pulled the clickbait. Wow. I know that monetization dropped drastically with YouTube, but yeah, if you're a businessman, you worry about that, but you don't let it influence your decision to just not continue making money. You do what you can. I don't make a whole lot of money off of my podcast and all that stuff that I do, but I still do it because I expect that eventually word of mouth is going to get out more and more that I have something to offer to the community. So there's that. Oz have Icon in the prison cells. Oh God, yes. Wouldn't that be cool? Streaks, dude, wouldn't that be cool if he had the entire Milestone universe in there and that's where they actually come from? That's the kind of forward thinking that I like to see. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like this. See, that's one of the main things about the other comic book channels. And I'm not disrespecting all of them. I'm not disrespecting any of them. There are some people who I felt my own personal experiences with them, that they try so hard to act like they know everything. And they don't. They can't. We can't. There's no way that anybody has read every single comic book out there. There's just no way. And then remember it all in graphic detail? Come on, man. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more than happy to say, oh yeah, I've actually never read that comic before. Oh really? That happened? You know what? I might have to check that out. I'll have to remember to check that out. Like, add it to my list. Like, I've got like 4 of these full of comics that I have to eventually get to. Eventually I'll get there. I think. Otherwise, I hope that heaven is a comic book store. I don't know what else to say about that, but Dick Fillmore, Juggernaut versus Thor, Mandarin and Cyclops versus Logan, Impossible Man Who versus Silver Surfer for Acts of Vengeance arc. Yeah, Silver Surfer and what's his face? Impossible Man was funny. Mandarin and Psylocke versus Logan. I don't remember that. I remember he had to fight Tiger Shark for Acts of Vengeance. And he fought somebody else too. That was back in the original couple issues of Volume 2 of his series, written by Claremont. Volume 1 was written by Miller. Well, it was done by Miller. Not written. Anyway, shoot. So I remember he fought 2 different people. One of them was Tiger Shark. Can't remember who the other person was. Was it Mandarin? I remember that. Let's see. JC in Lapel. Skye and Julie were together in the Young Avengers miniseries. I remember reading one of the trade paperbacks for Young Avengers. It was one where they fought Ultron. I remember reading that in the library. They had it in the library. I was like, oh, I've never seen this. Let's see. Sean, get this new Avengers event. It will be the disassembled of this era. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure it will. One more time, check your messages because I sent you something scary. Okay, is Cthulhu on my phone? Or Marvel's version, Shimogorath? Streaks, that was before YouTube monetization station. I won't see Hyperion versus Doomsday. That would be cool. That wouldn't be bad. Dick Fulmer, that's when British Psylocke turned Asian. Yeah, that was. Yeah, during the Siege Perilous. That was way back when, huh? Yeah, that would make sense because that's when all of a sudden. Yeah, because Logan didn't go through the Siege Perilous. He was stuck instead by the Reavers. Um, and that's about when his season started. Dude, what were those two guys' named? Rough House and Bloodscream. I loved those guys. Oh my god, like those guys were just so good. Loved those guys. What the frick is this? I feed on fears. I have none. Entire creative control of Marvel in the hands of Fox Studios. Stan Lee's like, you son of a bitch. That's great. That's great. Oh man. Okay. So anyway, let's see. Boom. Okay. Laura is going to stay as Wolverine or Logan versus Logan, so Laura can keep the Wolverine mantle. I am curious about that. No, I'm certain that Laura is going to give that title back to Wolverine because she only had it while Wolverine was dead. Well, he's back. Old Man Logan didn't want it. Old Man Logan, I guess, will stay Old Man Logan. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but I hope that he gets to stick around because I really do like Old Man Logan. I mean, how do you not like Old Man Logan? I understand the idea of, oh, they replaced him with Young Logan. I can understand some resentment and some pushback from that, but come on. Old Man Logan was one of the best freaking things that happened out of the Wolverine comic book. It's one of the most memorable, you know? So, come on. But all of that, Wolverine is back. He's taken the name Wolverine back, and Laura is going to have to go back to X-23 or find something else. I loved calling her X-23. I don't want to call her ANAD freaking Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. So she's going to have to find another name. Oh, God, they keep coming. JC and Lapel, I will have to introduce you to a friend, and he is amazing. He has been running a store for 40 years. Oh, and he has a warehouse, my guess, over 500 long boxes. Oh, yes, we have to meet. Worst case scenario, depending on how close a friend he is, you can just tell me his exact address, when his store hours are, when he's closed more specifically, any safe spots to hide, and does he have dogs or guards? Either way, I'm messing with you. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, see what he's got. I'll see what he's got. And if it's a store, forget about it. Good, my best friend. If he's just hoarding the stuff, no. Sean, it's sad almost all the kid superhero groups except Champions. I mean, New Warriors, Runaways, Power Packs are adults. Yeah, but the Marvel sliding time scale, eh. Dick Fulmer says, and I remember everything, by the way. Take care, buddy. Enjoy the night. All right, Dick. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'm about to close this out also. This is like a particularly long one. So, what do you call it? Anyway, yeah. So that really is all I got. I finally got through all of the comments. I'm happy I was able to do that. Jimmy's going to be adopted by the younger Wolverine, and Laura becomes his big sister. That'd be cool. But then what happens to Dakin? There are too many Wolverines, dude. Too many Wolverines. So anyway, and that thing, what will you review tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to finish up all the regular comics that I've got. Shoot, dude, I've actually got work to do. I've got to do my my commercial for Nerderkey on YouTube. I've got to do my commercial for them right now. Yeah, I can't. I got to eat something and then I got to do that. Crap. So I really have to get off, guys. But yeah, I've got to do my Deadpool versus, because that finishes everything. My yeah, a lot of stuff. I got to just finish out pretty much everything there. And then Tuesday obviously is my Monday. Excuse me. Monday is when I do all of my independent titles. A lot of independent titles for me to review this Monday. Wow. And Tuesday, I'm going to put out Blank Explained in a Minute, and I'm just going to sleep the whole day. Actually, I can't because wife's going to be at work. Got to watch one of the kids. Anyway, all right, guys. Street decking sucks. Yeah, just ask Iceman. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.